7 times. 7 times. 7 times. How often do you read about 7 in the Bible? What does 7 mean? Perfection. Again, we're going to come back to the tabernacle. What a beautiful study that is. If you want to study the tabernacle, make a study of Exodus, Leviticus, and Hebrews. Then you will understand the Old Testament and you'll understand the New Testament. Just one small example. In the Old Testament, the altar of incense is in front of the veil. It's in the holy place. But in the tabernacle, in the book of Hebrews, we see that there's a difference of the altar of incense. The altar of incense is in the Holy of Holies. It moved. Why? Go and find out. Why did God move the altar of incense from the holy place to the Holy of Holies? But I want to talk about the 7 times. 7 times the high priest, when he stepped into the Holy of Holies, on the eastern side of the Ark of Covenant, he had to sprinkle the blood with his finger. So he couldn't use hyssop. He couldn't use anything else. He had to step in to the Holy of Holies with a bowl of incense and a bowl of blood. And then he will take the bowl of blood and he will dip his finger in and sprinkle it on the mercy seat. On that place where the 2 cherubims, his wings were over the mercy seat, and the blue flame of God's presence was shining. A plate of solid gold that was there, put on the Ark of Covenant. Gold, the best conductor of electricity. That is why everything in the small tent of meeting was covered in gold. But the high priest stepped in and he dipped his finger in that bowl of blood and he sprinkled it 7 times on that mercy seat. The seat of grace, of mercy, of peace. The place, that seat of meeting with God. But why? What did that represent? It represents the 7 places where Jesus splattered his blood when he was crucified. Yes, there were 7 very specific places that Jesus splattered his blood in his whole time of crucifixion. Have you ever studied that? See, nothing is meaningless in God. Nothing is meaningless. Jesus fulfilled every small detail of the tabernacle. Why? Because the tabernacle was the meeting place. Tabernacle is a movable place. Then they destroyed, the Israelites lost the Ark of Covenant, and the temple, the tabernacle of David was erected with the Ark of Covenant in it. The temple was on the one side, and the Ark of Covenant was just outside David's palace. And God said, the tabernacle of David will be restored. And then they erected a temple of Solomon. And the temple of Solomon was totally destroyed. Not one stone was left upon the other. Why? Because they wanted all that gold. But Jesus fulfilled every sacrifice. That is why it doesn't need another temple. That is why Paul wrote in the book of Corinthians, you are the temple of God. There will not be a temple built on this earth, because a temple or a tabernacle is only there because of a sacrifice. Jesus fulfilled the perfect sacrifice. That is why he splattered his blood 7 times for our perfect sacrifice. And he gave that over to the Father. a perfect sacrifice. Jesus' blood was placed on the mercy seat. And that is why we have mercy and grace to step into the Holy of Holies, into the presence of God. Why? Because the splatters of blood was done inside of the Holy of Holies once a year. Jesus did this once, forever. And he said to Mary Magdalene, don't touch me because I haven't entered to my Father yet. Why? Because you cannot be touched before you haven't presented the blood on the mercy seat. And forever sacrifices have been finished, have been completed, have been fulfilled. That is why there's no another temple needed today. So I bless you today with that knowing Jesus splattered his blood perfectly for you for a total breakthrough. Today, I want to bless you with the sacrifice of perfection, with a sacrifice of fulfillment. Go and make a study of the 7 places Jesus splattered his blood. It's such a beautiful picture to see why 7 places, why that perfect splattering of blood. Then you'll understand that God has made a total cleansing for you and for me. Perfect. We don't need to worry. We can just step into Jesus Christ, into the perfect sacrifice, and we will be cleansed. Then we step into the laver. We go through the baptism, and we are clothed with God's cloak, the garments of salvation, according to Isaiah. May you be blessed with that perfect sacrifice that Jesus made. May you experience the perfect sacrifice that Jesus made. May you experience that spirit of resurrection to step in and experience the mercy that God is extending to you. I bless you with that perfect mercy seat, grace and love of a living God. Shalom.